If you are over 60, and every evening, you still faithfully apply castor oil to your face, hoping that deep wrinkles will gradually fade. But after a few weeks, even a few months, when you look in the mirror, you still don't see the changes you were hoping for. Your skin may feel softer, it may feel smoother to the touch, but the wrinkles are still there. Your face still looks tired, and you begin to wonder, is castor oil really not effective for skin after 60? The truth is, the problem is not castor oil itself. The problem lies in how most women over 60 are using it. In today's video, we'll clearly explain what castor oil actually does to collagen after age 60, why it can help skin look firmer and wrinkles appear softer, and the right, safe, age-appropriate way to use it for mature skin. If you're looking for a natural, gentle approach that's non-invasive and sustainable in the long term, stay with us until the end of this video. Before we continue, please leave a comment and tell us where you're watching from. Every share helps our community of women over 60 continue to grow. And if you find this content helpful, please subscribe to the channel so we can reach 100,000 subscribers and spread accurate, supportive health knowledge for older women. To understand why castor oil can help skin over 60 look more youthful, we need to clarify one very important point, and one that many women have never had properly explained. After age 60, skin doesn't age because it lacks skincare products. Skin ages because collagen is lost faster than the skin can protect itself. When we're younger, the body constantly produces new collagen. Skin is thicker. Skin is elastic. Fine lines may appear and then fade. But after 60, this process slows down dramatically. The cells that produce collagen, called fibroblasts, become less active. Not because you've taken poor care of your skin, but because this is a biological reality of aging. Meanwhile, every day your skin is still exposed to chronic, low-grade inflammation, oxidative stress from the environment, ongoing dehydration, a weakened skin barrier. These factors don't cause pain. They don't make you feel uncomfortable right away, but they quietly break down the remaining collagen structure in your skin. And here is the key point that very few people explain clearly. For skin after 60, preventing further collagen breakdown is far more important than trying to stimulate new collagen production. Many products on the market focus on boosting collagen, but they often come with strong active ingredients, a stinging sensation, dryness, ongoing mild irritation. For younger skin, this may be tolerable, but for mature skin, these very irritations can actually accelerate collagen loss. So if you've ever felt that, your skin seems to be thinning quickly, your skin feels dry even after using many products, wrinkles appear deeper after a period of very careful skincare, then you're likely not doing anything wrong. You're simply using methods that are no longer suitable for skin after 60. Skin at this age does not need to be pushed. Skin needs less inflammation, better hydration, a more stable environment. When the skin environment is calm and supported, existing collagen isn't broken down as quickly. Collagen fibers don't collapse, and the skin appears fuller and softer. This is the true foundation of natural rejuvenation. And this is exactly why castor oil, when used correctly, can be so well suited for women over 60. In the next part, we'll clearly explain what castor oil actually does to the skin and why it doesn't need to create new collagen to help skin look firmer and wrinkles soften over time. At this point, you may be asking yourself, if castor oil doesn't directly create new collagen, then what is it actually doing for my skin? The answer lies in how castor oil changes the skin's environment. Castor oil is not a strong stimulating active ingredient. It doesn't force the skin to work harder. And that is exactly why it is suitable for skin after 60. The main component of castor oil is ricinoleic acid, a fatty acid known for its anti-inflammatory and soothing properties. For skin after 60, inflammation no longer shows up clearly as redness or burning. It exists at a very low level, quietly lasting for many years. This silent, chronic inflammation is what weakens collagen, causes collagen fibers to break down faster, and leads to sagging skin even when you care for it regularly. When castor oil is applied to the skin, it helps reduce inflammatory signals, creating conditions that allow existing collagen to break down more slowly. The second point, and the most important one, is deep moisture retention. Many women think wrinkles are caused by lack of collagen, if you recid, but in reality, lack of hydration is what makes wrinkles look much deeper. When skin is dehydrated, collagen fibers collapse, the spaces between fibers increase, and the skin surface folds into lines. Castor oil creates a light protective layer that locks moisture into the skin for many hours. When hydration is stable, skin looks thicker, the surface feels smoother, fine lines become less noticeable. That's why many women say, "My wrinkles didn't disappear, but my skin looks softer and younger," and this is completely consistent with the physiology of skin after 60. Castor oil does not change your face. It helps your face look like a healthier version of itself. Before we move on to the next part, I want to ask you a very simple question. If you've ever used castor oil on your face, comment number 1 below. If you've never used it, or you've used it but haven't seen clear results, comment number 0. I read every comment, and in the next part, we'll explain why so many people use castor oil without seeing results, and how to adjust the method so it truly suits skin after 60. If you commented number 1, there's a good chance a familiar question is forming in your mind. Then why have I already used castor oil, but my skin still isn't firmer and the wrinkles are still there? The truth is, castor oil is not the problem. The problem lies in how it is commonly used, in a way that is no longer suitable for skin after 60. The first and most common mistake is using pure castor oil right from the start. Castor oil has a very thick texture. For younger skin, this may not be an issue, but for older skin, which is thinner and slower to adapt, applying a heavy layer can cause the skin to struggle to absorb it, feel heavy, become congested and uncomfortable. When the skin doesn't feel comfortable, it can't repair itself well, and collagen isn't protected as intended. The second mistake is using too much. Many women believe, the more I apply, the faster I'll see results. Eye wears. But for skin after 60, this approach backfires. Mature skin does not respond well to excess. Too much oil overwhelms the skin's ability to regulate itself, disrupts the skin barrier, and can make the face look more tired the next morning. In reality, all you need is 2 to 3 drops for the entire face, applied thinly, evenly, and gently. That's enough to create hydration and protection. The third mistake, and the most silent one, is a lack of proper consistency. Collagen doesn't respond in a few days. It needs a stable environment, less inflammation, adequate hydration, repeated consistently every day. Many people use castor oil for a few nights, notice softer skin, but don't see immediate wrinkle changes, and quickly conclude that it doesn't suit them. Then they switch to another product. Later, they come back. And in doing so, the skin never has a chance to fully adapt. The key thing to remember is, skin after 60 doesn't change quickly, but it changes very genuinely when cared for correctly. The final mistake is unrealistic expectations. Castor oil is not Botox. It will not erase deep wrinkles overnight, but it can make skin look fuller, soften the appearance of wrinkles, help the face look less tired. If you expect dramatic changes in a short time, you will always feel disappointed, even with good methods. For skin after 60, rejuvenation is not about going back to 30. It's about keeping the face from aging too fast. When you understand this, castor oil stops being something you try just to see and becomes a stable, gentle part of your nightly skincare routine. In the next part, we'll move into the most important section, how to use castor oil correctly for women over 60. So it truly works, without causing discomfort to the skin. At this point, you may have realized one important thing. Castor oil only truly works when it's used the right way. And the right way here doesn't mean doing more, but doing it more gently, more consistently, and in a way that suits skin after 60. The first thing to remember is this. Skin after 60 does not like being rushed. Step 1. Choose the right oil. Not every bottle of castor oil is the same. For mature skin, you should prioritize an oil that is 100% pure, organic, cold-pressed, free of chemical solvents, fragrance-free. The purer the oil, the lower the risk of irritation, and the easier it is for the skin to accept it. If you're using an oil with a strong smell or a long ingredient list with unfamiliar substances, that could be why your skin isn't responding well. Step 2. Don't use it pure right away. Castor oil has a very thick texture. For skin after 60, this can sometimes feel too heavy. The safest approach at the beginning is to dilute it. You can mix 1 part castor oil with 2 parts of a lighter carrier oil, such as almond oil, olive oil, or pure coconut oil. This blend helps the skin absorb it more easily, reduce the feeling of heaviness, while still providing deep hydration. After about 2 to 3 weeks, if your skin feels comfortable, you can gradually increase the ratio of castor oil. Step 3. Timing and application. The best time to use castor oil is in the evening. After cleansing your face, while the skin is still slightly damp, take 2 to 3 drops. Warm them in your palms, then gently press them onto your face. Do not rub. Do not pull the skin. Do not massage aggressively. Just press lightly and let the oil spread naturally over the skin. Skin after 60 repairs best when it's treated gently. Step 4. If you use a serum. If your skincare routine includes a hydrating serum, hyaluronic acid, or a gentle form of vitamin C, apply those first. Wait about 2 to 3 minutes. Then apply the castor oil on top. At this point, the oil acts as a moisture seal, helping lock in everything you applied underneath. Step 5. Be consistent, but don't force it. This is the most important step, and also the hardest one. Castor oil does not create instant change, but when used consistently every evening, over several weeks, you may begin to notice less dryness, a face that looks less tired, fine lines becoming softer. These changes are not loud, not sudden, but they are very real. If there are nights when you're tired and skip it, that's okay. What matters is returning to this gentle habit, rather than giving up entirely. For skin after 60, kind consistency is always more effective than any fast and aggressive method. Before we continue, I'd love to hear from you. What is the biggest issue you're facing with your skin after 60? Deep wrinkles? Dryness? Sagging skin? Or looking tired even after enough sleep? Please leave a comment below. Every share not only helps us understand you better, but also helps many other women realize that they are not alone on this journey. After understanding how to use castor oil in a way that suits skin after 60, the next important step is setting the right expectations. Because many people give up, not because the method doesn't work, but because their expectations were too high from the start. Castor oil is not Botox. It doesn't freeze muscles. It doesn't tighten the skin instantly, and it doesn't erase deep wrinkles overnight. But that doesn't mean it has no value. The value of castor oil lies in this. It helps skin after 60 return to a more stable, healthier state. When used correctly and consistently, castor oil can help the skin retain moisture better overnight. The skin surface looks smoother. Fine lines soften over time. The face appears less tense and fatigued. These changes are subtle. They don't make people exclaim right away. But when you look back after a few weeks or months, you may notice that your face looks calmer and fresher. What's important to understand is this. For skin after 60, rejuvenation is not about forcefully tightening the skin, but about preventing it from aging too quickly. Castor oil does this by reducing silent inflammation, locking moisture into the skin, protecting the collagen that remains. It doesn't change your facial structure. It simply helps your face look like a healthier version of itself. That said, it's also important to be clear about what castor oil cannot do. If you have very deep wrinkles caused by strong muscle movement, significant sagging, obvious volume loss, then castor oil cannot replace medical treatments. But that doesn't mean you have to choose one or the other. Many women use castor oil as a way to care for their skin daily, keep their skin stable between treatments, or simply show their skin some kindness each evening. Over time, this gentle and consistent care helps preserve a natural appearance, rather than chasing overly dramatic changes. In the next part, we'll talk about a very sensitive area, the skin around the eyes, where extra caution is needed when using castor oil to ensure safety and avoid unnecessary risks. There is one area of the skin that cannot be cared for the same way as the rest of the face, and that is the area around the eyes. After age 60, the skin around the eyes becomes thinner, more sensitive, and much slower to recover. Even a small change in skincare habits can create a noticeably different sensation. So if you plan to use castor oil around the eye area, the most important concern is not effectiveness, but safety. First, it's important to be clear. Castor oil should never be dropped directly into the eyes. It is not a sterile ophthalmic product. If used around the eyes, only a very small amount should be applied, and never directly on the upper or lower eyelids. The safest approach is to lightly tap only along the orbital bone around the eye socket. Avoid allowing the oil to migrate into the eyes, and always apply it at night, when the eyes are completely clean. If you experience a gritty sensation, stinging, or discomfort, rinse immediately with water and discontinue use in that area. Another very important point is not to expect too much from the eye area. Castor oil may help the skin around the eyes feel less dry, appear softer, and feel less tight, but it does not change eyelid structure, and it does not replace medical treatments when those are needed. With such a sensitive area, sometimes less truly is better. If you feel uncomfortable using castor oil around your eyes, that is completely normal. You can apply it to other areas of the face and still achieve overall benefits. Before we move to the final part of the video, I'd like to ask you a simple question. Are you experiencing any discomfort or concern when caring for the skin around your eyes? If so, please leave a comment below. Your story may help another woman who is quietly worrying about the same thing feel more reassured. After everything we've discussed, you may have noticed something gentle, yet very important. Skincare after 60 is no longer about miracles or instant transformation. It's about stability, a slower rhythm, and how we treat ourselves each day. At this age, the skin has been through a great deal. It no longer responds well to rushing, constant changes, or overly aggressive methods. When you continuously search for a new solution, a new product, or a new promise, the skin has to start adapting all over again. And over time, that makes the skin more tired, not younger. What skin after 60 truly needs is not pressure, but a stable environment. When moisture is maintained consistently, when silent inflammation is calmed, and when the skin barrier is not constantly disrupted, the collagen that remains in the skin is lost more slowly. The skin does not need to become young again in a dramatic sense. It simply needs to stop aging so quickly. Castor oil, when used correctly, becomes part of that stability. It does not change your face. It does not turn you into someone else when you look in the mirror, but it helps your skin feel more comfortable, softer, and less tense at the end of each day. There will be mornings when you don't see an obvious difference, but there will also be very small, very ordinary moments when you wash your face and notice your skin is no longer as dry as before. When you apply cream and realize the surface feels smoother. When you look in the mirror and see a face that looks less tired, even though age is still there. And it is these small changes, accumulated over time, that create the most natural sense of rejuvenation after 60. Not becoming 10 or 20 years younger, but allowing your face to reflect the vitality within, rather than years of accumulated fatigue. More importantly, when you choose a gentle skincare routine and maintain it consistently, skincare no longer feels like a chore or a burden. It becomes a quiet moment each evening, a few minutes you give to yourself. Not to fix, but to care. If there is one thing to remember after this video, it is this. Rejuvenation after 60 is not about turning back time, but about slowing the way time moves across your skin. And that begins with small choices, repeated daily, guided by patience and kindness toward yourself. In the final part, we will summarize the most essential points, so you can confidently decide whether castor oil is right for your skincare journey, and if it is, how to continue using it in a way that feels safe, comfortable, and sustainable over the long term. At this point, I hope you've gained a clearer and calmer perspective on castor oil, as well as on skincare after 60 in general. It's not because we lack effort, and it's not because the skin is out of hope, but simply because skin at this age needs to be treated differently, more gently, more steadily, and with more kindness. Castor oil, when used correctly, is not a miracle, but it can become a quiet companion, helping the skin retain moisture, reduce silent damage, and feel more comfortable over time. Most importantly, it helps you rebuild a skincare routine that feels calm, unpressured, and truly suited to you. If you found this video helpful, please press like to support the channel. Every like helps gentle, accurate health content reach more women over 60. And if you know a friend or a sister who is worried about aging skin, please share this video with her. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can continue with us in future videos about caring for health and beauty in a natural, safe, and sustainable way after 60. Thank you for staying with us until the very end.